Good evening, everyone. Jai Guru. Welcome to this special evening celebrating birth anniversary of our beloved Guru's Guru, Swami Sri Yukteswar. We will begin this evening with a prayer. So request all of you, those who have come in person to rise and those who are joining online, please rise. And let's all pray together. Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, friend, beloved God, beloved Gurus, Jesus Christ, Babaji Krishna, Lahiri Mahashay, Swami Sri Yukteswar Ji, beloved Master, saints of all religions, friend and guide, Swami Kriyananda Ji, we humbly bow before all of you. Beloved Sri Yukteswar Ji, bless us with your presence today. Guide this evening. Flow through us. Make us feel your joy, your energy, your consciousness, and may we share it with all. We are ever more grateful for the teachings and path of Kriya Yoga. We offer you our love and our gratitude. Bless us. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Please be seated. We will start with few chants, meditate, and then go on with the inspiration sharing.
These two chants that we are playing this evening are the chants which used to be played in Swami Sri Yukteswar Ji's ashram. O my saint, wake yet wake is the first one. In this chant, what Divine Mother or Guru is reminding us that once we get busy in our mundane life, sometimes we forget our spiritual duties. And so it is like a reminder to all of us that wake up, my saint, wake up. Even when we are not yet saint, still, as Krishna said, the very fact that we are moving on this path, we have taken this vow that we will continue as a disciple of this great Guru. That person, because of his noble intention, should be counted among the noble ones, among the saints. So let us sing this chant and feel the presence of this great master, Swami Shri Yukteswarji, as he was born on this day, and feel and commune with his love and his bliss. O my saint, wake yet wake, O my saint. O my saint, wake yet wake, O my saint. You did not meditate, you did not concentrate, you did not meditate, you did not concentrate, and pass thy time in idle words, O my saint. O my saint, wake yet wake, O my saint. O my saint, wake yet wake, O my saint. O my saint, wake yet wake, O my saint. You did not meditate, you did not concentrate, you did not meditate, you did not concentrate, and pass thy time in idle words, O my saint. O my saint, wake yet wake, O my saint. Death will be at thy door, you may not have time anymore. Death will be at thy door, you may not have time anymore to redeem thy soul. Wake yet wake, O my saint. O my saint, wake yet wake, O my saint. Death will be at thy door, you may not have time anymore. Death will be at thy door, you may not have time anymore to redeem thy soul. Wake yet wake, O my saint. O my saint, wake yet wake, O my saint. O my saint, wake yet wake, O my saint. You did not meditate, you did not concentrate, you did not meditate, you did not concentrate, and pass thy time in idle words, O my saint. O my saint, wake yet wake, O my saint. Death will be at thy door, you may not have time anymore. Death will be at thy door, you may not have time anymore to redeem thy soul. Wake yet wake, O my saint. O my saint, wake yet wake, O my saint. O my saint, wake yet wake, O my saint. You did not meditate, you did not concentrate, you did not meditate, you did not concentrate, and pass thy time in idle words, O my saint. O my saint, wake yet wake, O my saint. O my saint, wake yet wake, O my saint. Death will be at thy door, you may not have time anymore. Death will be at thy door, you may not have time many more to redeem. Thy soul waketh, wake, O my saint. O my saint, 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 waketh, wake, O my saint.
And the next chant we'll do is the other one of Sri Yukteswar, Desire, my great enemy. So if you don't know this chant, you please feel free to at least sing during the refrains that we do four times each. Or, of course, you can also get one of the chanting books if they are available, just to be able to follow along, because it has a lot of words. So let's feel in this chant. These two chants, the interesting thing is that basically the divine God, the Guru, is speaking to all of us. There is some of us speaking to the Guru or to God in this chant as well, but also the other part is them speaking to us, kind of giving us guidance. And of course the one Dr. Amar did was completely that way as well. So take it as a conversation that you are having right now. Desire, my great enemy, with his soldiers surrounding me, is giving me lots of trouble, oh my Lord, is giving me lots of trouble, oh my Lord. That enemy I will deceive, remaining in the castle of peace, night and day in thy joy, O my Lord, night and day in thy joy, O my Lord, night and day in thy joy, O my Lord, night and day in thy joy, O my Lord. What will be my fate, O Lord, tell me. Pranayam be thy religion, Pranayam will give thee salvation. Pranayam is the wishing tree. 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 Pranayam is beloved God. Pranayam is Creator Lord. Pranayam is the cosmic world. 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 Control the little pranayam, become all-pervading pranayam. You won't have to fear anything anymore. 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 Desire, my great enemy, with his soldiers surrounding me, is giving me lots of trouble, oh my Lord. Is giving me lots of trouble, oh my Lord. That enemy I will deceive, remaining in the castle of peace. Night and day in thy joy, oh my Lord. Night and day in thy joy, oh my Lord. Night and day in thy joy, oh my Lord. Night and day in thy joy, oh my Lord. What will be my fate? Oh Lord, tell me. Pranayam be thy religion. Pranayam will give thee salvation. Pranayam is the wishing tree. 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 Pranayam is beloved God. Pranayam is Creator Lord. Pranayam is the cosmic world. 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 Control the little pranayam, become all-pervading pranayam. You won't have to fear anything anymore. 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 Control the little pranayam, become all-pervading pranayam. You won't have to fear anything anymore. 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 Night and day in thy joy, oh my Lord. Night and day in thy joy, oh my Lord. Night and day in thy joy, oh my Lord. Night and day in thy joy, oh my Lord. In thy joy, oh my Lord. Night and day in thy joy, O my Lord. Let us now meditate briefly, offering ourselves to this chant through our devotion to God and Guru, and especially place yourself at Sri Yukteswar's feet, asking him to be present, to be a living reality within all of us. And today in this temple, let's meditate for 5 minutes, 7 minutes.
Very good evening, everyone, and very happy birthday of our dear Guru, Sri Yukteswarji. A beautiful beginning. Thank you, Dr. Amar and Bharat, for that beautiful chanting. We sort of preserve these chants for such days. While these chants are amazing and the type of truth or the vibrations that they carry, the power they carry are immense, isn't it? He sang it a little softly, but if you actually pay attention to the words, they're quite strong. And yeah, they wake us up certainly. Dhyanaji makes fun of it in the sense when they used to live in that San Francisco house, her job was to wake people for morning meditation. And she's a morning person and quite ruthless in that way. So she would go on the knock on the door and she would, death will be at thy door. So you, if you haven't got the words correctly, I'm just putting you right in your face. And many a times when we look at Sri Yukteswarji, that's the kind of, how do you say, the temperament or characteristics I envisioned. But this story, and I've been sharing it lately, it's keep coming to me again and again. So that's what we are going to do today. Myself, and Ananda, Dr. Amar, Dr. Mansi, and Vasudeva, we will share like just some glimpses of what touched all of us from his life. And that's how this evening would be. So this is a story from Autobiography of Yogi. I think I'm sure every one of you know. This is when the master had come to Sri Yukteswarji. So, yeah, so the Guru has been found and whatnot. And I will not tell your story. But he's happy, but yet he's not fully satisfied because the experience of cosmic consciousness or the samadhi he hasn't had. And he had this notion, and some master writes about it, you don't get it in like Aund or Kharadi, wherever you came from. You need cosmic consciousness. Where do you go? You go to the mountains where the real beings and the real vibrations are. So he tells Guruji, Guruji, I have to go. This is my heart's calling, and justifies, as we say, what we actually want when we tell people, justifications follow. Yukteswarji told him, this is not, you won't get anything in there. He says, no, but I have to go. Says, fine, go. And Yoganandaji goes there. And actually, it is not a very short, like a quick one-day round trip or anything like that. He went for quite some time. And while he was given a number of responsibilities of the ashram and whatnot. So he goes there, he explores and whatnot. And finally, one of the saints, he goes and he's like, this is the one who can give me. And that saint was wise. And then he says, it is not my place to give you any experience. It is your Guru. Why are you roaming around here and there? And that all of a sudden awakens Yoganandaji and says, like, oops. And he returns and then enters the ashram. Again, a little schemishly, you can believe, no? If I have just sort of against my Guru's will and then renouncing all my responsibilities, went there quite some time and I'm returning, sort of enters. And there is Sri Yukteswarji, and of course goes and says, sorry, sir, I made a mistake. I'm back. He says, fine, let's continue our work. Let's resume from where we left off. So he asks him, and this is the part which I find tremendously fascinating. He asks him, but aren't you not upset? Who would not be upset? You know, when here I'm waiting for Tushar or someone to do the technical thing, and 5 minutes there, I'm starting getting restless here. And then 5 minutes, and there's still half an hour. And here he's leaving all the things and left. And while he is saying, I am Guru, I have found you, I'm giving you your my unconditional obedience and love, all those dialogues have happened. And he left and he returns. He has every reason to be upset. So Yoganandaji asks him, are you not upset? So he says, no, why would I be? And then again, I'm paraphrasing your word. He says, I'm here only for your good. Whatever you want, I will provide. If you do not, it is your choice. Now, we look at this dialogue, it seems like a little, again, very Yukteswarji, right, isn't it? Okay. You want it, come in, take it or leave it. And there's no middle ground. But there's another very beautiful way to look at it. And I'll tell you another side story around it. One of my dear friends, he used to go to another saint, and he is a doctor, and then he would visit and then participate in that hospital. So one time that Swamiji asked, "You come home, we'll make you dinner." And I was very happy. I get to meet a saintly being. So the Swamiji came, and then the dinner and everything happened. And he says, "Okay, now, do you have any questions?" My friend was very interested in asking questions. So he asked a question, and I was very curious to know the answer, or not necessarily answer, but anything. Wisdom is showering, so why not? So the moment the saintly figure, saint again, I'm no one to judge, but he will start answering beautiful answers, nice words are coming. And while I'm getting engrossed in the answer, my friend will interrupt. Say, no, but what about this is my another question. And I said, like, let him finish. I didn't even say that, but that's what I was feeling in my heart. Why don't you let him finish? Fine. Because the saint again starts answering the second question and again start focusing and then getting absorbed in that answer. Again, he stopped. No, but you didn't understand my first question. He's sort of trying to, and this went on and on. And I am getting here worked up and anxious and angry. But after some time, I realized, but he's not. The one who actually has the full right to get upset and angry, shut up. I was going to say on his behalf, please, you ask me a question, I'll listen. But he did not. See, the moment he was cut, he was, what is your next question? He didn't ask that. The next question automatically, he tuned into that, he started giving answer to that question. And the next question, repeatedly interrupted, he stopped and he continued. I said, this is amazing. See, they had no interest in, I know it all. Come now, sit. I won't let you go home till you understand. That was not the point. Do you want to know? I'll tell you. At any point you feel this is not for me, I will not. We were with Anandita, we were doing this level 3 class after a long time. I did it. When we look at Guru, and this metaphor is given, it is like a sun. We look at them as a personality, we look at them as, but in their infinite sense, in their truest sense, they're like sun. Now, if we close the curtain, the sun doesn't stop. And when you open, it's not that sun says, but you stop the window, now I will not come. It's absurd, isn't it? But if you look at them as human beings, that's the absurdity actually we impose on them also. But you have to be upset because it did not follow your instruction. He says, I'm here to give everyone who has the capacity to receive. And you see, equally present he was. He was equally present when Yoganandaji went at his feet and says he pledged his unconditional love. Equally present he was when he said, I'm going, Master, to find the true experience. Equally present he was when Yoganandaji returned and apologized. From his perspective, nothing actually changed. Let's resume. He was there to give. What a beautiful freedom, life that they exemplified for all of us, isn't it? And there I was, not even being just the witness of an event and getting worked up. See, we live, if we live to give rather than to receive. See, what a freedom life it could be. We put ourselves in the space of love. And that is why they say to Yoganandaji, jokingly said, there was no love in those eyes, not in the human way. But you see what kind of a consciousness and a presence and compassion requires. You do what you have to do, but I will be there unconditionally to the maximum possible capacity. That is what they are all for us. And that is all what we should strive to be in this world. A channel not to gain anything. Doesn't matter. If it has to come, it will come. Give and give. Oh.
Okay. Thank you, Amit, for that beautiful inspiration. It's such a joy and blessing. Today we are celebrating Sri Yukteswar Ji's birth anniversary here. It's like our greatest blessing to have not just one, but many gurus here. And it's like for every spiritual hurdle, we can go to one particular guru and seek his guidance. It's not just because they all share different expressions of the truth and whom we are able to connect when we are going through some hurdles. We can look up to them and seek their guidance. Um, when I look at Sri Yukteswar Ji's photograph and whatever I have read from autobiography through Master about him, you know, three most prominent qualities of spiritual seeker I see in him. One of them being fearlessness. When you look at his stature, he's like totally in control and fearless when you look at his picture. Second, I see him the discipline, like the discipline he brought to Master and to all his disciples, sternness and determination to train the disciples so that they find freedom. And the third one is the silence. You know, at times when we speak a lot, I tend to speak a lot because now is like sharing, sharing, sharing. I feel, oh, there is too much talking. Where is that silence where we can actually go back and actually experience the beauty of it? So all these three qualities, I always, when I'm out like fearful of something, I look at him. When I'm talking too much, I think of him. I try to think of him. And whenever I'm getting in discipline in my spiritual practices, I think about him. So that's how the personal connection with Swami Sri Yukteswar Ji is. But today, I would like to share three most important words or instructions that he used to give to all his disciples, including Master. And Master also carried those three words to his disciples, meaning all of us. And those three words are of Sri Yukteswar: learn to behave. Just simply three words he often used to tell his disciples. And while tuning into these three words, I was like contemplating on the realities of all of us, like all the householders that we have in the Sangha, all those who are working professionals out there, working in corporate life, all those who are studying and, you know, still progressing in their life to be independent. I was like, okay, so how is it relatable, this reality of aren't we behaving properly? If you look at the mother, if let's say mother starts behaving like a small child and she becomes stubborn and she actually behaves like a child instead of raising the child, how will it be? So different roles that we play of mother, of father, of son and daughter. So if you look at that example, it's not like that. When she becomes mother, there is an inherent quality in her that gets awakened for which she doesn't need a training before. Isn't that true? And similarly, like with father also, if he wouldn't ask his growing up son, you support me financially, I won't take care of you. There are different roles that we all play from time to time, and those roles, when we get into them, there is sort of a readiness for us to play those roles as responsibly as possible. Isn't that true? Something inside of us gets awakened and we are sort of in that role completely when we are ready. So going forward to this journey, I was thinking, okay, so as disciples of a great guru and devotees on the path of Kriya Yoga, what makes this difference of learn to behave? Where does it come from, and how we can see ourselves? there is an important role from the roles that we play in the world. And I feel that Sri Yukteswarji's guidance for us here is that the role of a yogi. The role of a yogi is as important as whatever roles we play in our life, whether it's a teacher, whether it's a student, whether it's mother, father, son, daughter, so on and so forth. And if you go further there, Kriya Yoga, in that sense, brings us that control over the energy. A yogi, we will start defining him, and we know him also. Who is he? We have all great examples in front of us, especially Lahari Mahashaya as a household yogi. Then Rajarshi Janakananda was Master's foremost disciple who achieved liberation. He was a businessman yogi. So with all those great examples, when we have in front of us, as devotees, as disciples, how can we play the role of a yogi while living in the world and be not of it? That's where I started tuning into Sri Yukteswarji's words. A yogi who is in complete charge of his energies, isn't that true? Kriya Yoga gives us that control. The technique gives us that control to control our energy. And once that control is achieved or we practice with depth and dedication, no matter how life takes us or brings us the experiences, the yogi is always centered in himself. Where the pendulum of life is going inside of us, inside of him, like whether it's going left or right, the pendulum, he is always centered in himself. That is something we all can aspire to be while we are living these teachings, whether we are there or not. Another aspect of a yogi, I was thinking that Sri Yukteswarji also talked about balance in life. He always emphasized to have balance. A yogi who is not an extremist, whether yes or not, whether there is always a midpoint. Yes and not, there is some midway. Let's find that out. Our path is also of the moderation path, where we find something in the middle, not to the extreme, I will do it or I will not do it. It's in between. If I can't do it, how is it possible that I do it with all that I have? Or if I can't do it, okay, let me just try and do it anyways. So it's of moderation, of balance. Then going further of a role of a yogi in our life, if we see the mannerism of a yogi, how he carries himself, it's more of a vibration than his words. Swamiji also always used to say that teachings is one part to give to people, but you need to give bliss or the vibration or the energy. When we communicate also with someone, we just exchange vibration with one another. Isn't that true? So yogi, when he is behaving in the world, but we of not of it, he has a grace in his mannerism, the way he sits, the way he walks, the way he shares, has a different kind of vibration. And we all have, those who have met Swami Kriyananda, they've always felt in his presence that of centeredness, that of humility, of balance in his presence totally. So he's also one of the examples of a great yogi in front of us to inspire us. He was also, the yogi is also above body consciousness. Swamiji, while he was going through some dental treatment, he did not take the anesthesia to remove his tooth. He was above body. He was able to withdraw the energy from where the pain was and be completely free. So, as this definition of yogi we have heard, Master has always shared through his vibration through the book Autobiography of a Yogi. But while we are living in this world, while trying to live these teachings, where is it that role of a yogi we are playing? Isn't that the question that we can ask ourselves? First of all, to know whether we are there or not is awareness. With regular and deep meditation, the awareness expands. There is no like my little world and I'm fine. It just expands beyond yourself, two of you, four of you, or family. It expands even to the further family and to the universal humanity that is included in your vibrations. How can I be of help to each and everyone around me and be a good energy to them all? This is what our path, our teachings, and our role can evolve along with the different roles that we are playing. But for which first we need to have that awareness. Yes, I can discriminate that what the mother's behavior is not like a child's behavior. I can easily discriminate. Isn't that true? Similarly, if I am behaving in a world that I can see, oh, where is it going, the energy? Lower or higher? So first is the awareness from which we can start off. Then the willingness comes. Yes, I have now this awareness. Something of lower self is right now in front of me and trying to behave in certain way. How can I act more from the higher self? That is the putting out the energy in the willingness direction. First we have willingness, then we put out the energy so that the willingness turns out into actual manifestation of higher energy, so that everything that we do comes from above the spine and through the spiritual eye, then just being lower and lower in the spine, and we keep dealing in this world as we go along. So these are a couple of thoughts that I felt while tuning into Sri Yukteswarji's guidance to his disciples. Learn to behave. And the question for all of us is to ask, how is this role coming along? Okay, Om Guru.
Thank you, Anandita. So on this auspicious day, there was this story which was coming to my mind. And in fact, we started this evening with this chant, as Amitji was saying, that which was one of the favorite chants of Swami Shri Yukteswar, where he's saying, you did not meditate. And it might be true for many of us sometimes if we are missing our meditations, and it is good to actually have those reminders coming from our guru. Even if he is not a living guru, these chants, they can be a reminder to us that you did not meditate. But I was sitting there, and I was waiting for my turn after Anandita to share the inspiration, and suddenly this incident, actually, it's not a story which happened, which all of you know about it, that even Yukteswarji was also reminded by his guru that you need to meditate more. Isn't that true? I'll just share this incident when in Sri Rampur, when the Babaji actually paid him a visit under the banyan tree, and Yukteswarji was really feeling blessed that his guru's guru, Mahavatar Babaji, actually came and blessed him. And he said, sir, please wait, I'll just go back home and bring some prasad for you. And the moment when he actually came back after bringing the prasad, he found that Babaji was not there. So he felt little, anguished in his heart that Babaji did not stay there, and he was feeling a little unhappy about it. And later on, when he meets his own guru, Lahari Mahasaya, and Lahari Mahasaya was inside his home, and when Yukteswarji entered, there was still that thought going on in his mind that Babaji did not appear, did not stay, and did not wait for him. And on that day also, Babaji was there at the door, but he somehow did not see him. And when he went to Lahari Mahasaya said, "Didn't you see Babaji? He was right there." And he said, "No, sir." He said, "You need to meditate more, Yukteswar." So, I mean, this is how these reminders which come from the Guru sometimes are very, very important. In fact, I was also thinking about the scoldings sometimes we get from our Guru, from our teachers, which actually are very, blessed. Just like Anandita was saying, imagine that if a mother or if a parent is not helping the child to understand how we have to behave or how we have to put into practice what we are learning, then probably we will be failing in our duties as a parent. If we remember our own parents also, sometimes they used to give us a good scolding and to make us understand what is right, what is not. And in that same spirit, if you see your own Guru also sometimes, and this is actually sometimes a Divine Mother plans the Leela like that, that we get some suffering which comes unexpectedly, or something happens which we were actually expecting some another result, and something happens which is absolutely, it can also be taken as a kind of gentle scolding coming from Guru or from Divine Mother, that don't go that route, maybe that is not right for you. And in that regard, if we tune in what Amitji was saying, that if you just feel that, okay, what is your will, Divine Mother? Just like Swami used to say, Divine Mother, thy will must be done. That was his only prayer in the morning when he used to wake up. If we give it that way to Divine Mother, everything, what is happening, then I think our life will become much more simple, blissful, because we are only doing what Divine Mother is asking us to do. I would like to share one very interesting thing which actually Swamiji, when I am saying Swamiji, Swami Kriyanandaji, actually felt these words coming from Divine Mother herself. Just look at these words, which was his direct experience coming from Divine Mother. Divine Mother was talking to him. And on this day, I think these words, because whether it is Yukteswarji or Yoganandaji or Mahavatar Babaji or Lahari Mahashay, all of them are the messengers or the representatives or the channels of that light which we are receiving from Divine Mother. So in that light, in that regard, if we see these words, what Divine Mother was saying was to Swamiji was that I am very pleased with all of you. I am very pleased with what you are doing. Now, these are the words for people, those who are sincere devotees. She said, but don't live in littleness, in petty things, in little thoughts, in little worries, and in little ambitions. Sometimes we waste so much time in worries and planning and ambitions and thoughts. Live for me. Live for my love. I am your mother through all eternity. Nothing else matters. You were born to commune with me. For no other reason were you born. Isn't that great statement? That we all were born to commune with her. For no other reason we were born. Live in my consciousness, and everything else is dust. Just imagine, these words are very important, that we value so many things in our lives, but she says everything is dust. I know all of your thoughts. Your devotion is very pleasing to me. You are my children. You are all very dear to me. Live more in me. Live in my love. Yes, build a community, but in the sense of communion with me. My children, I'm always with you. I'm just behind your thoughts, just behind your feelings. I am with you every second. Let no other thought come between me and thee. Now, those are the words. In fact, I have taken a, picture of this, which I'm keeping in my phone. So whenever I feel that, okay, I'm forgetting Divine Mother, it is good to actually read those words. It helps you to connect. On these days, when Master said, these are very auspicious times when great masters come, take birth. Today is 10th May. A great avatar came on the planet. And we are so blessed souls that we have gathered under this roof, trying to commune with him. He is a representative of Divine Mother. And I was reading he actually wrote only one book in his lifetime. If you see, his teachings were very simple and very, as Anandita was also mentioning, maybe some 3 words, as she was saying, learn to behave. And when Babaji gave him this assignment, as you may say, that why don't you, he addressed him as Swamiji and the Kumbh Mela, and he was not even Swami at that time. And that time he said, "Are you speaking to me?" He said, "Yes, I'm speaking to you." He said, "I'm not Swami," but he said, whenever I confer any title on anybody, it is like that. So I'm just paraphrasing Babaji's words like that. I said, "Why don't you write a book where you can actually tell us, say that the parallels you can talk about between the Holy Bible and the Bhagavad Gita?" He was a little reluctant, as many of us are sometimes. When we get a assignment, we feel, oh, how can I do it, and it won't be possible. But Babaji said, "I will help you." And later on, if you see, that was a very seminal book which Yukteswarji wrote, The Holy Science. Very thin little, we have it here also. Even Swamiji said it's a very difficult book to understand, but it was a very seminal book. And later on, Swami Kriyanandaji actually wrote on the similar lines, the one that we have chosen for Sunday Satsangs, The Ray of One Light, as well as The Promise of Immortality. These are the 2 books which talk about the same parallels between Bible and Bhagavad Gita. And in that book, if you see, Yukteswarji talks about 5 stages of human heart evolution. And these stages actually remind us that when we commune with Divine Mother, when we commune with God, when we commune with the Guru, how this opening of our heart happens, and slowly it becomes slowly we merge in the divine light. So he starts with dark heart, which is the first stage, and then he says the second stage is the propelled heart, the third stage is the steady heart, the fourth being the devoted heart, and finally it is the clean heart. So just to put it into perspective, the first stage, dark heart, is the time, when we are just seeing this world as it is all fixed reality. It's a Shudra state, Yukteswarji said. We say that, okay, this is all what it is. There is nothing more to it. In fact, I come from a science background, and today actually science is also like that. Everything is physical, chemical. My daughter sometimes she's studying and preparing for some exam, and she also tells me that what is this happening? There has to be something behind it also. It looks very superficial, but it is how the science is in the modern days. But then he says that once you start analyzing and seeing the life, or you have some good karma from the past, suddenly this buddhi or pragya starts dawning into you that, okay, this world is not limited to this material reality. There has to be something more to it. That is when your heart starts getting propelled to find the truth. And that is the second stage of the heart, which is the Kshatriya stage, where you look for truth. The very fact that you are sitting here, because you were you're seeking truth. You wanted something more from life. You were seeking the truth in this so-called material world. And that is what propelled you to come to a guru like him, come to the teachings. And that is the point when you start behaving, you start struggling like a Kshatriya. And he said that is the stage when you become a Dvij. Dvij means that you have a double birth. So you took birth on a material plane, but now you are also going into a spiritual plane. And when you continue to, interiorize yourself, you follow the teachings, and then you come to the third stage of the heart, which becomes the steady heart. So your heart becomes steady. And in that state, one of the greatest tools that Yukteswarji talks about is the communing with the Pranava, or the Holy Ghost, or John the Baptist, or Radha, or the Om technique, just to keep it simple. When we listen to that Om sound, it takes us beyond the material plane into the spiritual plane. We start going beyond our bodies and start understanding that we are not the body. It is just a cloak that we are wearing. And it is actually the true inner reality is something within us.
This true inner reality is the spirit. And that is the stage of Vipra, in which Yukteswarji says, when you start gaining near perfection, that is the point of near perfection. And finally, he says, these are the electrical energies, Swami Yukteswarji said, when you start understanding, you understand that, okay, material reality is more like a dream. The inner reality is more truer. And then finally, when you keep on absorbing yourself more and more into that Om sound, you become what we call Brahman stage. And that is the point when you go into the magnetic pole of your consciousness, of your heart. You understand what is Chitta, and you attain that Brahman consciousness. And finally, he said, you enter into the top three lokas, which are the Jnana Loka, Tapo Loka, and the Satya Loka, which is to actually become one with the Christ consciousness, where you not only a channel of the Christ consciousness, but you actually manifest that light being one with that spirit. So on this auspicious day, I just want to emphasize that when we tune in more with these great gurus, when we listen to Divine Mother's words, when we say, okay, it's all right if I'm getting scoldings from Divine Mother, if it is all right, I'm getting some, sorrows which are coming in my life, I'm not worrying about it, because I don't want to waste my time in those little worries, as Divine Mother is reminding us, those petty worries, those petty ambitions. You were not born for that, she's reminding us. You were only born for one reason, to commune with me. And on this day, let us pray to this great master that he keeps us encouraging us, he keeps us flowing us through us. And as Amitji was saying, he is there to give. He is not, even now, if you see in the autobiography of a yogi, he said he's there in those higher realms, ushering souls to the higher regions. So he is not, maybe he's not visible to us as a physical body, but he's present right here. So let us keep tuning into his consciousness, and that is how we can evolve into the holy regions of Satyaloka. Thank you.
So, good evening, friends. So, thank you, Amit ji, Anandita, and Amar ji for the very great inspiration. So, this is such a joyful evening and the greatest blessing that we all are here to celebrate Yukteswar ji's birth anniversary. So, as Yogananda ji is writing, he was a Gyan avatar, or he was very stern disciplinarian. He was very strict in his discipline to his disciples. But inside, in the heart, he was very loving and very humble. But due to the strict discipline, the disciples sometimes was not able to feel that love. So it was like when the mother is not happy with the child, if the child is not behaving properly or he's doing something which is not right. So mother is very stern, scolding the child. The child must be feeling little bad, but the child is not understanding that this is for my highest good. So today I will be sharing two stories from autobiography of a yogi. The first story is how Yogananda ji first met Yukteswar ji in the busy streets of Banaras. So that is the chapter is I met my master. And the second story is about the service when he was going there into the hermitage of Yukteswar ji. So there he was serving, and how that service was fruitful. So that story was from the chapter Years in My Master's Hermitage. So the first story, Yogananda ji, he was longing for a true guru from a long time. So he was there in some another ashram of Dayanand Swami, and he was serving there, meditating there, doing all the responsibilities, whatever has been given to him. So one day he has been told to go buy some things from the market to do shopping for the ashram work. So he went to the very busy streets of Banaras with his friend. His name was Habu. So he was there, a lot of hustling and bustling was there on the streets, and he was buying the things. But suddenly he realized that at the end of the street, there is a long, stout figure, Christ-like man, who is just staring him continuously. So first he was little surprised. Then his friends was also seeing all this, what is happening. He was just joking him, "You are dreaming, my friend. Come, we'll finish our work first. That is more important." So then Guruji also was little confused. Yogananda ji was confused. Then he started walking. But after a few minutes, his feet was feeling numb. They were just like stone. They were not moving forward. So then he turned around. Then when he turned around, he was able to walk normally. So till that time, he realized, see, he is my true Guru, who is just calling him, magnetically pulling him towards him. So he just ignored Habu, gave him all the items, whatever was there in his hands. So you take this, and he just ran towards Yukteswarji, who was just standing at the end of the narrow street. So when he has seen him, he's such a dark, beautiful eyes, long hair, white beard, and is a leonine face. He was lion-like, very stout figure, 55-year-old he was at that point of time, halcyon eyes. So he just fell at his feet, and tears was flowing from his cheeks. And he just felt that from so many incarnations, I'm just trying to find a true Guru. Today I found my Guru, or Guru has called me. So Yukteswarji was also having tears in his eyes. Both were holding hands. And Yukteswarji took him to his near residence, which was in Rana Mahal in the center of Banaras. And there they were just discussing a lot of matters. But Yukteswarji told him, I will give you my all the property and my all the hermitages. So then Yogananda ji told ki, no, master, I have come for wisdom and for God realization. I don't want any material things. So then Yukteswarji told him, I'll give you my unconditional love. Will you give yours? Then this Yogananda ji told, I will love you, Guruji, eternally. So what we learn from this story is, so divine love is without condition, without change, without boundary. So that is the love of God and Guru. We're trying to find this in human love, but we are always disappointed at one point or the another point. We, like Amarji was sharing, everything else in this life is a dust. So we are coming in many incarnations. Sometimes we are a teacher. Somebody was asking me just before the satsang that what we learn and how we change when we start following the Guru's teachings. So we have a lot of changes, but sometimes we don't realize. We are coming in one incarnation, we are a teacher. Then sometimes we are a doctor. Sometimes we are an engineer. These are the outer garbs. The final goal is to realize God, love God, live for God, and reach God with the God and with the Guruji's teaching. Because Guru is a God's boatsman. He's just taking you in his boat to that cosmic consciousness, or to the samadhi that Amit Bhaiya was explaining very, very beautifully. Actually, we all are made of light. See, we are thinking that he is Pratik, he is Vasudev, she is there, Bhavni ji. No, we are not separate. We are looking that we are separate. We are all made of light. We are already one in that light, but we have to realize that. That is nothing but samadhi. So the second story is, so Yogananda ji was already going to the Sirampur ashram to serve. And Yukteswarji's ashram, Yukteswarji was having two ashram. One was in Sirampur near Kolkata. Another is in Puri in Odisha. So the Guru Yogananda ji was going there to serve. And once, like this is the summer holidays, he was having summer holidays for 2 months in the college. So he was very happy. I will go to my master's ashram. I will serve there. I will stay with my master. I will learn. I will meditate with him. So he happily came, and Yukteswar ji just greeted him and told him, okay, you will be in charge of the hermitage now. You will receive all the guests and you will supervise the work, what the other disciples are doing. And Yogananda ji was happily serving, loving everyone, giving them loving counsel, even if they are doing mistakes. So he was doing that. So what happened? After 15 days, one young disciple has joined the hermitage. His name was Kumar. He was from West Bengal. So, but he was a very charming boy, and Yukteswar ji was very fond of him somehow. And Yogananda ji was seeing this, but he was fine. He wanted God realization from Master, so he was not worrying about all these things. So one day, Yukteswar ji told Yogananda ji, Kumar will take your duties now. You go for cooking and cleaning in the kitchen. Then Yogananda ji said, okay, Master, whatever you say. He happily accepted it. So he went, started the new job of cooking and cleaning in the kitchen. And this Kumar, he was very happy that I'm the leader now. I can exercise my will on the whatever way I like. He started scolding everyone left, right. So everybody before the Yogananda ji was very loving towards everyone. He was training them with love, with counsel, with support. And this person started scolding them. And there was a lot of tyranny in the ashram. So the people, what the young disciples was doing, other people who were working, they were still going to Yogananda ji for asking for the loving counsel. Ki, sir, see, this is happening with us. He's scolding us so much. So this Kumar was still very upset. See, I am the leader. How the Yogananda they're going to Yogananda for the counsel. So after 3 weeks, he went to Yukteswar ji and he told Master, see, Yogananda, still the people are going to Yogananda. I am the leader here. Then the Yukteswar ji was very stern. This is the first time he was just passing the stern lesson that Yukteswar ji was giving him. See, when you are a leader, your best responsibility is to serve, not to dominate. So now you go back to your prior work and let Yogananda take the responsibility, whatever you are doing. This was just a lesson for you that you should learn. To being a leader is to doing more service. So friends, so this is the 2 stories with a lot of learning lessons. So in the end, I must say, serve Guru, serve God, love each other, even if they are doing mistakes, they are getting angry on you, or they are shouting on you. Try to be calm as far as possible, and you will just see how your consciousness will change. And one day, definitely, with so many gurus in the altar, we will definitely reach our goal to realize God. Already we have reached there. We have to just realize that. Thank you, friends.
Okay, welcome again. Happy birthday to Sri Yukteswarji, and in that spirit to all of us. And there seems to be a theme here between all the speakers, so I should honor the theme. Thank you, Amit. Thank you, Anandita. Thank you, Amarji. And thank you, Mansiji, because everybody thanked all the speakers before them, which is a wonderful thing. I'm just having my fun. And that's actually the advantage when you're the last speaker, because everything important which could have possibly been covered has been covered. So I can speak whatever I want to. I won't take much of our time, but it was very beautiful to see, just listening to everybody who shared. There was an underlying theme of love over there. very interesting, because we do talk about Sri Yukteswar ji as they did, about learn to behave and the strictness, but where is that coming from? Out of love. And somehow I also noticed a theme between both Anandita and Mansi ji, talking about mother correcting and children correcting. I almost thought that Mansi ji had an agenda there to correct her daughters while she had the mic. But no, isn't it true that the gurus, sometimes they also have to do the hard job, because we are in ignorance to some degree. And I was just so amazed. I was reading the holy science, which Amarji was talking about, and then he started talking about the 5 stages of the heart, and I was like, "Maine to ye padha nahi." Yeah, but there's so much depth in this book, and of course, I've read it before, but not today. But the point being that there is a huge responsibility the Guru has upon us, for us. And yes, today is a special day because we are talking about Swami Sri Yukteswar ji. But in essence, we are also talking about this whole lineage of gurus, because it is not that, oh, Sri Yukteswar ji came with a special mission. They all came with a very specific mission to usher us into Dwapara Yuga. And that means a lot of things. But if I have to do oversimplification of things, they came to bring us exactly what we have here in this room. And I really enjoy one quote of Swami Sri Yukteswar, which we repeat often, but I was so happy today because I found the exact line in the Holy Science, which I had found before also, but I kind of forgot about it. But then I was like, oh, mera bookmark abhi bhi pada hai. So this is about, we often repeat Sri Yukteswar ji's words that we cannot put one step in front of the other without developing the natural love of the heart. So this is what Sri Yukteswar ji writes. He says, hence the culture of this love, the heavenly gift, is the principal requisite for the attainment of holy salvation. It is impossible for man to advance a step toward the same without it. I'll just read that last line again. It is impossible for man to advance a step toward the same without it. And, it was also fun because Amarji and Anandita in the beginning, and Amarji, when he led the chant, only Amarji could pull something off like that, where he's like, oh, my saint, wake it, wake. You did not meditate, you did not concentrate, and you're feeling bliss. And which is amazing, and it is beautiful. But Sri Yukteswar ji does have a sense of humor in his own unique way. He would say in the autobiography we read, a sad saint is a sad saint indeed. He was all for joy. He was all for love. In fact, this book, which has a lot of, you have to really read it a few times before you can get through it. He ends the book, conclusion. After a lot of depth of, how we are in Dwapar Yuga, which AD, how, I can't even explain it. But he says, it has been shown in the foregoing pages how love may be cultivated, how by its culture it attains development, and when developed through this means only, how man may find his spiritual preceptor, through whose favor he again becomes baptized in the holy stream and sacrifices his self before the altar of God, becoming unified with the eternal Father forever and ever. But again, it has been explained that love is God, he says in the earlier paragraph as well. But we go through the theme of love again and again, and yet, he's the Gyan Avatar. Now, of course, there's no conflict. The Gyan Avatar can have love. There's no problem over there whatsoever. One thing which I do want to emphasize on now is where I was sharing that all these gurus came not for one specific thing, like Sri Yukteswar ji didn't come to show how wise I am, or Yogananda ji didn't come to show, oh, look how loving I am, or how much joyful I am. They came, in a sense, to give us what we exactly all of us have in this room. Now, what does that mean? Everything we've been doing ever since we entered into this temple has been an effort to open our heart. We started with a prayer. We invited the gurus into our heart. We did our chanting. It was an effort again to open our heart. We meditated a little. It was an effort to get in tune with that divine vibration so that again we can open our hearts. We're having this satsang again to open our hearts. I bet when we go back home, our hearts are going to be better than where they were before. More open, more receptive, more wanting to listen. Like, Master, what are you trying to tell me? Yukteswarji, what are you trying to tell me today? I hope our online audience is here as well. So welcome to you also. And this last point, what Amarji was sharing really struck me, and I would like to end with that, keeping strict with my 7 minutes time, which has been given, which is Amarji was reading this quote from, he was reading this quote of Swamiji, his words, which he had basically received it from Divine Mother. And over there, Swamiji says, yes, build a community, but in the spirit of communion with me. And that is very important, because what are we all over here? We are a community, but not because, oh, I like Vasudeva because whatever, or I like Amit because he cracks good jokes, but which he does. But in the spirit of communion with God, because we help each other lift our consciousness. Some of us friends, yesterday, we saw this movie called Swapped. Okay, now you know who saw the movie. Uh, and over there, at the climax, near the very end, I'll let you all watch the movie. It's a really fun movie, which we don't usually recommend movies, but it's a fun movie. At the end, you could say the protagonist, he kind of, there's chaos and this and that, and nobody wants to help one another. And he says, we are stronger when we are together. And similarly, we are stronger when we come together and meditate. We are stronger when we come together and chant. And I said that also for when I was mentioning about the online friends. At least for me, I could feel that there are more people in the room than that they physically exist in this room, because we could feel your devotion. So don't feel you're just a little camera in that room. But the point being that when we are together, we are stronger in everything that we do. Our meditation, our love for God, our devotion, our chanting, everything. Even we go deeper into our understanding of the gurus, because it took 5 speakers today to even touch a little bit on Swami Shri Yukteswarji. And there's still more which we can take it inside, deeper and deeper and deeper. So with that, I would like to invite you all to give a gift to Shri Yukteswar. I'm not going to say learn to behave, that I think we all know, but find ways where you can open your heart, where you can give that love, where you can offer that love at the feet of the Guru. It doesn't matter what way, form it takes. It could be any way or form. Everybody has a very unique expression of it. But do experiment with it and try it out and see how, by developing that natural love of the heart, I can keep my one step in front of the other. So with that, I would like to conclude and actually invite all of you to rise, and we'll have an arti now.
No, 4 of you. Dr. Mansi, Dr. Angan. Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Swami Shri Yukteswar Ji, Jai Guru, Jai Swami Shri Yukteswar Ji, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Swami Shri Yukteswar Ji, Jai Guru, Jai Swami Shri Yukteswar Ji, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Swami Shri Yukteswar Ji, Jai Guru, Jai Swami Shri Yukteswar Ji, Jai Guru, Jai Swami Shri Yukteswar Ji, Jai Guru, Jai.
For those of you who so feel inclined, you can come up to the altar. There are some rose petals which you can offer to the masters or to yourself. And then you can come to any one of the acharyas and receive the petals.
Shri Yukteswaro, Shri Yukteswaro, Shri Yukteswaro, Shri Yukteswaro, Shri Yukteswaro, Shri Yukteswaro, Swami Shri Yukteswar Giri, Swami Shri Yukteswar Giri, Swami Shri Yukteswar Giri, Shri Yukteswaro, 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 Swami Shri Yukteswar Giri, Swami Shri Yukteswar Giri, Swami Shri Yukteswar Giri, Shri Yukteswaro, 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 Swami Shri Yukteswar Giri, Swami Shri Yukteswar Giri, Swami Shri Yukteswar Giri, Shri Yukteswaro, 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 Swami Shri Yukteswar Giri, Swami Shri Yukteswar Giri, Swami Shri Yukteswar Giri, Shri Yukteswaro, 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 Swami Shri Yukteswar Giri, Swami Shri Yukteswar Giri, Swami Shri Yukteswar Giri, Shri Yukteswaro, 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 Swami Shri Yukteswar Giri, Swami Shri Yukteswar Giri, Swami Shri Yukteswar Giri, Shri Yukteswaro, Shri Yukteswaro, Shri Yukteswaro, Shri Yukteswaro, Shri Yukteswaro, Swami Shri Yukteswar Giri, Swami Shri Yukteswar Giri, Swami Shri Yukteswar Giri, Shri Yukteswaro, 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 Swami Shri Yukteswar Giri, Swami Shri Yukteswar Giri, Swami Shri Yukteswar Giri, Shri Yukteswaro, Shri Yukteswaro, Shri Yukteswaro, Shri Yukteswaro, Shri Yukteswaro, Shri Yukteswaro, Yukteswaro, Shri Yukteswaro, Yukteswaro.
Why don't we stand and let's share the blessings that we have received by rubbing our palms together. Sharing these blessings by chanting Om 3 times. Om. 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 Let's pray together. Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, Friend, Beloved God, Jesus Christ, Babaji Krishna, Lahiri Mahashay, Swami Shri Yukteswar Ji, Paramhans Yogananda Ji, we humbly bow to you all. We thank you for your presence in our lives. Bless us as we walk toward you, and bless us that we may be one with you. Divine Mother, may thy love shine forever on the sanctuary of our devotion, and may we be able to awaken thy love in all hearts. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Just for a moment, please be seated. Thank you, everyone, those who spoke, those who attended, to bring the presence of our gurus so tangibly amongst us. What announcements we have? That's right. So today is the birth anniversary of Sri Yukteswarji's. Next Tuesday, we are going to celebrate a very special, it's not just Swami Kriyanandaji's birth anniversary, that is his centennial. So again, we will have a very beautiful bouquet of offering to our beloved Swamiji. Bharat and Shamini would be with us, and there will be a lot of music and more manifestations, or everything that Swamiji manifested. We will try to bring some bouquet of it to all of us. So you also do your part, which is showing up here and online both, and add your energies to that as well. Okay, thank you again. And outside we will join for prasad and maybe a cake cutting. Om Guru.